It's not voiced? Oh, wow. Wait. Yeah, it's not voiced. That's weird. This is so annoying. Yes, very, very annoying. Doesn't this just mean that Lady Farina will sit at the judge's table? Exactly. Sit at the judge's table? What does that mean? Oh my, we have guests. Judging from your clothes, you must be outlanders. Yes, in that case, it's quite expected that you might not understand our local lingo. Allow me to put it this way. Who should sit at the judge's table? The justices, of course. And who is our Chief Justice? I don't know. Moshe Nouvlet, naturally. Oh, cool. Oh my. Well then, why is our dear Hydro Archon sitting in Moshe Nouvlet's chair? Come now, tell me, what would the poor people being judged think of that? If it were me, why, I would feel cheated. Our Hydro Archon knows nothing about being a judge. Well, it does seem like they wouldn't be getting what was advertised. Right. Exactly. Trials will be not as advertised, precisely as you say. Huh, so it does mean what Paimon thought it did. Wait just a second. Are you sure it's okay for you to make fun of your god like that? Who cares? She's probably evil anyway. Oh, of course. Our Archon loves such jokes. Why, if these words reached her ears, she would tie me to a stone and have me hurled into a deep lake, watching enthusiastically from the sidelines the entire time. See? Yeah, that's bad. that's just bad. But, dear guests, do not grieve yet, for our good Arbin is ever so flightly with his words that even a milestone could not sink him. And our Archon would say, "Ah, it's a miracle, such a romantic ending," while applauding most loudly. In fact, she might even shed a tear or two. Aye, and she may even bestow upon me a model of romantic fontaine metal. Why? I was not sure what to say here. I'm lost for words myself. In any case, let's get to business. Might I ask why you have come to our humble store? Speaking of which, Arbin, don't you think our two guests look like the famous adventurers the boss told us about previously? Huh, quite so. One with hair like burnished gold and the other like shining silver. Oh right, might the two of you be the Traveler and Miss Paimon? You know us? The boss was asking around at the Adventurers Guild about adventurers active in Fontaine and ended up being told about the two of you. Word is that you're a pretty formidable team. Well, Traveler, it looks like we're getting more famous by the day. Haven't you been growing a silver tongue lately? Alright then, for that, Paimon shall always share her fortune with you. You have to, you're stuck by my side. Literally. Well then, what would your boss like from us? Well, unfortunately, he's not in the store right now, so allow us to tell you in his stead. Just a few words, not to worry. Right, few words. To be brief, our boss would like your help collecting data for his champion duelist plan. Champion duelist plan? Yeah, you know, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Champion duelist? No? It is a plan to use champion duelists as the main characters, the development centerpiece, and the focus of our advertising for a new line of clockwork toys. Alright, that's our business, by the way. Clockwork toys. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to guess that. I'm actually kind of confused. You're talking about champion duelists. I think you were talking about like cards and stuff. Now we're talking about toys. Also, have the two of you heard of the champion duel? And then you go back to duelists. Like, is it toys or duelists? Make up your mind. They are a special institution in Fontaine. If you commit any crime as you face your trial, you may apply for a duel against a champion duelist. Should you prove victorious, you can clear your name and defend your honor, and thus remove the need for a trial. However, defeating a champion duelist is no mean feat. Well, this just sounds like a freaking boxing ring at this point. Now we're going from toys to boxing rings, from dueling, like, it should just be called a boxing ring, dude. Harder than selling toys, certainly. Yeah, because you're getting punched in the face. Our boss believes this to be an excellent cultural institution of Fontaine. As such, toys of this kind may yet sell very well indeed. And if they do get popular outside the country, we can also win honor for our nation. 2 birds with 1 stone, I say. Ah, I can see Lady Farina herself pinning medals to our chests. Okay, so that's the situation, huh? But if you're making toy champion duelists, what do you need us adventurers for? For comedy purposes. Well, you can't develop anything without data, and the strength of the champion duelist is honed in all manner of perilous places. Getting data on them isn't easy. But when we heard that the more impressive adventurers do similar things, we thought, why not get adventurers to help us instead? Ah, Paimon kinda gets it now. You're gonna use adventurers to get the data you need for your line of toy champion duelists, is that it? False advertising! Well, now it's quite that serious. It's more like replacing a maritime flower with a mallow tree. Or, you know, a wooden pillar with a stone one. Doesn't all this mean more or less the same thing? That's what you two were talking about from the start, you know? And we heard it all. Yeah, and you just circled back to the beginning of your conversation. We were talking about, La Porte Horlogerie. Sorry if I butchered that. The watchmaker next door. They're way worse than we are, trust me. They call themselves a watchmaker, but they make toys on the sly. Ah, competition. Now that's just completely absurd, isn't it? Indeed, terribly so. A watchmaker that sells toys? Let's go kick his ass. Exactly, and is that not reprehensible? Come, tell me, what do you like most in this world? Fairness. What Paimon likes most? Well, it's her best buddy. Traveler, of course. In that case, if there was a traveler puppet store somewhere that you traveled from afar to see, only to find that it did not sell traveler puppets at all, but instead stocked nothing but a ton of Arbin puppets, what would you do? I don't care. Would you not be angered at this betrayal of your expectations? Would you not cry and scream? Would you not send the boss of that store flying with a single punch for denying you the purchase of your dear companion? Well, no, because, you know, that was your expectations, and, you know, you can't trust what your expectations are offering you. So, yeah, no. Why, I'd be furious. I'd punch the store owner straight into a cell in the fortress of Meropide. Seriously, who'd buy Arbin puppets anyway? People who buy Arbin puppets? Well, now that you say so, it would be kinda annoying. What do we do, Traveler? It would be terrible if puppets of you were to go out of stock. Oh no. There are so many of the Traveler puppets. They're all playing this game. Anyway. And they almost got Paimon there too. Wait, that also means I called myself a puppet. Yes. Okay. I am enjoying this game for what it is. It's all full of lies, but you know, it's cool. It's fine. Huh, and they almost got Paimon there too. Oh, come now. We were just making analogies, and you know what they say. There's no such thing as a perfect analogy, and while the things we describe do happen, after all, you will not find barrel conches and conch madeleines, will you? Precisely, and such things will only increase in frequency, until a day comes when watchmakers stop making watches altogether. But we shall not forgive them, oh no, unless they change their name to La Porte Toy Makers. Okay. You two really love spouting nonsense, don't you? The more you talk, the further off topic we get. So let's just have it now. What do you need us to do? Well, actually, we do have one request, of course, to make before that. Could you two go to La Porte Horlogerie next door and do a little investigation there? You know, go tarnish his reputation. Do whatever you must to burn his store to the ground. Oh, yeah, okay. Sounds good. Watchmaking is their main trade, but the latest toys have become so popular, they're stealing our customers. We heard that the store owner gained inspiration for those toys in Mondstadt, and we're curious about what they might be. For all you know, it might be some alchemy-powered toy that gives off a scent 4 times as sweet as Sunsietta's, which they use to ensnare people. Well, I've heard that there's an alchemist in Mondstadt who can do that anyway. A quadruple sweetness Sunsietta? Wouldn't that be? As such, could you please help us check it out, dear guests? Our boss is quite concerned about this matter. Oh, come on now. If we go, then they're going to question our motives, wouldn't you say? I'll be like, oh, yeah, you're right. Dear guest, we have reputations to maintain as business people. We can't just walk over there willy-nilly. Exactly, it's for the sake of our reputation. And it is one's reputation, not one's all. For my part, I must go tell our boss of your arrival, so please, lend us your aid in this matter. To be honest, traveler, Paimon's pretty curious. What would toys that take inspiration from Mondstadt look like? Would they really have something to do with alchemy? Let's just go have a look, shall we? Ah, thank you so much. In that case, we shall wait for news from you here. We won't move at all. We'll just stand idly by. Alright, cool. You have a good time doing. Oh wait, you're technically not standing idly by. You guys are talking, right? Yeah, you're having a good conversation. Okay. Lo puata holoji. Hello, Karen. Yeah, okay. Hello, dear customers. I'm Karan, the owner of the shop. What can I do for you? Hey there, boss. We've heard that you've come up with an awesome toy. We want to know more about it. Tell us all those suspicious details. Of course you can. Still, my elder brother sent you here to seek out information, didn't he? No. Your brother? Wait, actually, how did you know what we were here for? Oh, I just saw you walking out from the clockwork shop, that's all. I'm not stupid. My brother owns that shop, and I know him and what he'd do. This is right up his alley. Exposed before we could even get started. Ugh, we should have prepped more before coming over. How are we supposed to know that your brothers... Ugh, now this isn't just a matter of corporate competition, is it? It's brother against brother. Sorry, boss. Paimon's brain gears got stuck for a minute. Don't worry. Even the best made toys have components that will get stuck at some point. It's the same with people. You need to take good care of them. But people aren't made of machinery. Okay. Besides, I don't think you're wrong about how my brother sees our relationship. Regardless, I won't take up more of your time than needed. Let me talk about these toys instead. Are you sure this is okay? We're supposed to be secretly gathering intel. Ha ha ha. Such interesting things you say, dear customers. Our store's real bread and butter is clocks, which we make using techniques handed down from generation to generation. Okay. Toys are just my personal hobby. They bring happiness to people. Clocks make people happy? So, if I let more people know about them, is that not the same as spreading happiness? Wow, that's such a nice way of thinking about things. Haha, my brother would probably say that this line of thinking is too unadventurous. But that aside, why don't you have a look at the toy? I hope you'll like it. These aren't really toys. These are like inventions. Indeed, I've liked the place since I was little, and when I went there recently, it was indeed a rewarding experience for me. I incorporated the story of an adventurer I met there into the toy. But don't set your expectations too high, alright? In the end, it's just a simple clockwork device. Cool. An adventurer, so it's not a product of alchemy then? An alchemical toy. That sounds interesting. But this adventurer made quite the impression. If there's time, I'll tell you his story. There's always time. Would you like to try the toy out now? There's nothing quite like experiencing it for yourself. We'd love to, but they're still waiting for our reply on the other end. We should get there first, traveler, and then come right back. Paimon really wants to try this adventurer toy right away. Alright then. Remember, you're always welcome here. Back and forth with these guys. Oh, is that their boss? Is that the guy who owns the place? Oh yeah, it is. Boss, our two guests have returned. The two of you are quick indeed, as expected of people recommended by the Adventurers Guild. I'm Livre, the owner of this shop. Welcome. Hey there, boss. So you and Caron are brothers. We didn't know about that, and he saw through us right away. Seriously, Albert, you didn't tell them something this important. Seriously, Arbin, didn't we agree that you tell them? If you're gonna cut anyone's salary, boss, cut his. Wow. Freaking savage. Hey, are you two brothers, too? What? Don't call this guy my brother. So what you mean to say is that the mission's a bust. You didn't find anything. I mean, not really. He makes inventions. Well, no, Karan is a really nice guy, and he didn't mind even though he knew about us. He even told us that we could try the toy out anytime. That guy. So is that toy alchemically powered? No. Those things are so corny. Didn't he say that he incorporated some adventurer's story into it, or something? That's right. How did you know? Did you already investigate the matter or something? Ha! I just know him all too well. He always puts something sentimental into his toys without caring about the market situation. If you ask me, adventure stories are long out of fashion. Yeah, like the fact I'm adventure rank 60, and, you know, the game is very lackluster. Adventure stories, yeah, they do go out of fashion. You're right. That's just ordinary market fluctuations. Once our champion duelist lineup takes the stage, we'll have him beat. Easy. But those aren't real champion duelists. They're the result of us out-of-fashion adventurers play acting. Okay. Ha, what do the two of you know? This is what we call packaging. It's standard practice on the market, and no one cares how exactly you do it. We're just going to get the data and put it into some popular toy prototypes and claim that it's a story about the growth of a champion duelist, and that'll do the trick just fine. You're lying. Why are you lying? If people find out you're lying about your toy, they might just go and throw it out the window. Really, that's it? Paimon feels like there'll definitely be problems this way. It's fine. If the story has issues, it's all about the gimmicks, right? No. No, dude, no. Why the f*** are you running a store? What would you think if I told you that Arbin and Albert are in fact ultra-realistic, ultra-high-quality puppets based on the theme of Double Act? I tell you, you're lying your ass off to me right now. What? They're puppets? Can puppets look so real? I mean, there's Catherine. She looks real. She's a robot. But she's technically a puppet. She did die. Not really. Of course they can! Of course sure. That's the power of a double act. Tricks can seem very real indeed. Hey, you guys aren't Lenny and Lynette, okay? You don't get to be magicians. See, that's the power of packaging. Even a gimmick can, when presented the right way, generate interest. It's all about persuasion. Yeah, okay. So it was just a trick. You cheater. You couldn't be more different from your brother. Well, that's his problem for not staying in his clockwork lane. If he wants to stick his nose into the toy-making business, it's my duty as his older brother to show him what's what. Right. No. Thanks for the compliments. In that case, eyes up, you two. The data collection will be run by Arbin and Albert. Well, we're just gonna turn a blind eye to your brotherly conflict. Just don't skimp on our payments. Yeah, give us Mora. We don't care about your freaking dealings with your brother. We just want Mora. Even though I don't freaking need it. Okay, Dance Resolution. Ha, that's not a total fucking ripoff of DDR. But yeah, let's do it! Dance Revolution! Hello, you two. My name is Armand. Is this? Wait. I'm making fun of him. I'm sorry, sir. If you have stuttering issues, that's totally okay. I respect you. I'm sorry. You seem kind of nervous. Sorry. I get this when there are too many people around. No worries. You don't have to rush. We're just here to try out the toy. Sure. I've prepared a handbook for you. That's so nice of you, Armand. We'll read it carefully for sure. Okay, he doesn't have stuttering issues. He's just very nervous. Okay, cool. Good to know. It's alright. If you don't read it, it's very simple and fun. Do you want to try? I hope you enjoy yourselves. Okay. Enjoy Dance Dance Revolution! Let's go! Man, I'm surprised DDR wouldn't sue them for this, but whatever. Minigames are minigames. Alright, let's go. Let's begin. Let's do it. Precise rhythm. Okay. Calibrate the toe. Oh, yeah. No. You should have just wrote calibrate. Why? Okay. Alright. Good to know. Still letting the adults know that they're playing the game. The game has officially begun. Of course it has. Ba-doop. 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 Oh yeah! This is very easy. Okay, there's gotta be more to this. Way more to this than what you're giving me. This is like really bad for content. Man, I missed the musical instrument events. Those were more fun. I'm just bashing the heads of freaking slimes. Oh wow, that was so difficult!
Time itself is a silence.
Am I gonna eat my words? Wait, what are these blue things? What am I supposed to... Wait, what? Hold the button and the cord charge. Oh. This is a tutorial. Oops. Alrighty, I get it now. So when you see an exclamation point, you do that. Got it. And the game has officially begun. Boop. 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 I'll break all your shells. Let's do it. Boop. No! Oh, okay. I almost missed one. Ha-ha! Take that! I did it! Woohoo! Yeah, I didn't miss shit! Alright. Is that all you got? We got a new one. We're supposed to hit both. And the game has officially begun. Do they really think this was going to be difficult? Baby games! Ha ha! Easy. Well, I've bested all your challenges, sir.
Time itself is a silent song.
Is that really it? Really? That's it? Well, okay, cool. Just getting off my back. That was rather sad. I was hoping for more fun out of that. Right. Okay, what do we got next? Torrential Turbulent Charge. Let's go do that. Wait, what?
Time itself is a silent song.
Complete the world quest. Oh. Oh, I didn't do this. Got it. Well, if I have to do this as part of it, then, well, gotta go do that. I must say, the weather today is simply wonderful. You are quite the dashing young gentleman. Virgil, at your service. Pleasure to meet you, Virgil. Have you seen Dante around? Oh, okay. A pleasure. Paimon's Paimon, and is at your service too. Ah, such elegant names. Welcome to the court of Fontaine. It is truly an honor to meet the two of you here. Paimon can't stand much more of this. With a glance, it's obvious that you're never mind. uh-huh. That you're unsatisfied with being bathed in the soft lights of the city, but feel the call of the wild, which will never be illuminated by bright city lights. Yes, just like the heroes in the operas. Yeah, that's totally true. Traveler is an adventurer too. Ad Astra Abyssosque and all that jazz. I knew it. Those of the Adventurers Guild are beggarly. Beggarly? Courageous warriors being with all their heart to unlock the deepest mysteries of the world. They wake with their eyes to the stars above, and sleep with their back to the abyss below. Where there is an unknown domain, there is an adventurer who simply must explore it. Bravery bursting beyond the brim. I could not help but notice how your gaze is focused on many things. Perhaps you wish to study our sublime arts, our intricate clockwork mecha, our advanced civic culture. Not really, no. Amazing. Paimon didn't even notice the decorations, but Paimon did notice that Fontaine has a ton of delicious foods that she's never seen anywhere else. Not bad, isn't it? We have a long and glorious tradition of gourmet culture in Fontaine. Naturally, the two of you must often take your meals in the great outdoors, and thus are unfortunately limited in your ability to sample the breadth of Fontaine's superb cuisine, unable to experience the luxurious richness that is leisurely afternoon tea with a few pastries. That's a mean comment. You know, yeah, I'm listening. Most excellent. My two exceptional friends. Have you heard of the Lillicruche treasure? Nope, haven't heard of it. Then please allow me to explain. This is a legend of a lost treasure that has been passed down in Fontaine for centuries. Once there was a secret society called the Lillicruche Forum that was able to attract a great many of the rich and influential, though they humbly called themselves a forum. Their actual plan was to overthrow Fontaine itself. In the end, their conspiracy was exposed, and the distinguished members of the Forum engaged in a thrilling battle with the Mason Gardiennage, but were ultimately defeated in the climactic showdown. However, my dear friends, you must know that they were once the richest and most famous of all Fontaine, and they must have gathered a tremendous amount of wealth. Yeah, they definitely did, and they must have a huge treasure vault somewhere. And when you open it, whoa, it's overflowing with nothing but gold, shining like the sun. Correct. They wish to overthrow our beautiful Fontaine, and to do so, they must have amassed a fortune so vast that they could literally be said to have more money than Morax. However, this wealth was never found. There's no way they could have more money than Morax, and the reason why they couldn't have more money than Morax is because Morax can literally make infinite freaking money. If he can make infinite freaking money appear out of nowhere, then that's impossible. So that means that as long as we can find the little treasure, we'll also be filthy rich. To some extent. Excellent deduction, my dear Paimon, with that fortune and control of synth. Anyway, after a lengthy investigation, I have discovered the location of the Forum's headquarters, to be found amidst the underwater ruins outside the city. Really? And what do you think, my dear Paimon, traveler? I hereby sincerely extend an invitation to both of you to become my partners, and dive beneath the waves to search for the lost treasure. Even though Fontaine's water is different from elsewhere, Paimon can never forget how she was drowning before being rescued by you. Yeah, you'll save Paimon again for sure. If that's so, please allow me to prepare diving equipment for the two of you. Dude, I can already go down underwater. I should have the correct sizes. What are you handing me? Ah yes, I remember. Vision holders may dive freely in our waters, but if it's you, dear traveler. Of course, I do not doubt your abilities, traveler. Is a famed adventurer. He must be very aware of his limits. But it just so happens that I do not share the same capabilities, so I will have to rely on our homegrown technology to keep myself alive. Be that as it may, shall we begin? I guess, yeah. Your wish is my command. Please follow me. Our destination is not far from the court of Fontaine. Arrive with Virgil at a place that seems a bit deserted. Wow, it looks so heavy and so hot and stuffy. Actually, you can place mist flowers wrapped in cloth inside to lower the temperature. As for the weight, well, just put it underwater. Why am I wearing diving gear too? Like, there's no reason for this. There's no time for delay. Let's go, my friends. No, I'm not. Of course I'm not, because the traveler doesn't get any outfits. Hoyo's already made that freaking strictly clear. Please take care. I thought you were coming with us. Valuable resource includes left behind. Dude, I've already been exploring the waters. Why? Just why? Where am I going? Right. No, nobody gonna tell me where I need to go. Good to know. Can I do the quest now? Because technically his... No, I have to actually complete the whole thing. Okay. Guess that's what I get for not doing a quest. Is this it? No, that's not it. There we go. Continuing my journey under the sea. Okay. Information and clues regarding the forum. Something like this, then. Absolutely, maybe, most definitely. Whoa, it's absolutely soaked. Do we really need to collect these? Even that much is soaked rotten has the value of something rotten. Really, is this Fontainian culture too? All we are finding is worthless garbage. Search for collect and clues. Okay. Well, I didn't know this existed. I don't think. No, I did. I did know this existed. Absorbing the raid. Oh, it's teaching me how to do stuff. I really should have done this quest. This is why I was bad at, freaking swimming and stuff. Oh well. This should have been the first quest I should have done. I found an ancient key. I wonder where it goes. Certainly not in the door right in front of me. Chests? No. Conches? Yes. How could I miss from that close away? What did I obtain? Nothing. Yay, Mora. Okay, gotta break the rock. no chests. I see, is this the door? This is the door. Okay. So, not understanding this. Oh, chest. Okay. Who cares to understand it? Get the chest. There's nothing up here. So I have to get it into the thing. And I'm very bad at that. There we go. Chest and some more. Where am I? Okay. Oh, teleport point. Nice. These mechanisms ran into them before. Yes, we have. They were in Sumeru. Now they're here. What could it mean? Probably means nothing. Fortunate. It seems the path forward lies beyond this door. Anyway, I'll go up and have a look. He's technically with us? Go to. Maybe there's treasure. I honestly thought Virgil just pinpointed the directions we got here and then he left. Because Hoyo doesn't bother putting in a freaking NPC to follow you. That'd be too much work on them, probably. Maybe. Okay, how do I open this door? I go around, right? Do I break something? No. What am I supposed to do? Oh! Right, I'm underwater. Duh. That makes sense. I forgot about the land! Alright. An ancient log. I, whoever you are, was assigned to the same lab. I was nervous at first since everyone said that he was a child prodigy. Since the disaster, such people are even more precious. I thought that since he's a star of the Institute and was recommended by higher-ups, he'd be full of himself. But he's much better than I expected. He's just not especially nice or anything. No obvious symptoms. Made a huge mistake and knocked over an ancient geometry machine that took a lot of effort to bring back from the desert ruins. But then the machine came to life and messed everything up. Though he's a lot younger than me, he's really smart. I can't believe that's how he managed to tame the machine. Maybe taming isn't the right word. Maybe the other engineers will look down on me for using it. But it really did feel like taming. I know the current clockwork machines pretty well, so I can tell the huge technological gulf between the two. Ignoring structure if we can't solve the power source problems, then it'll be difficult to make any meaningful progress. But I still have to be careful. I've never seen Elaine angry, and I don't want to find out what he looks like when he gets angry. A few minor symptoms have appeared. Took the day off. I can hardly believe it. Elaine came to visit me and even brought his sister. She's cute and not afraid of strangers. I'm so happy. We discussed the idea of a thinking machine based on gems and tape circuits. I used the word discussed, but actually I just said things like, oh, or that's really amazing, or how will you do that? Whenever he paused and didn't make any real contributions. He was really into it, though, and he behaved very differently than he usually does in the lab. His little sister is probably way smarter than me, a research assistant. I guess it isn't that boring when it flares up, but I want to return to the Institute to help as soon as I can. The additional machines got here. The previous ones are no longer usable since they were completely dismantled, but it did clear up a lot of things, at least according to him. Something about it being driven by the elements in the ley lines, but we can't recreate it with our current level of industrial precision. And material science. I helped with compiling the report, but there's so much I couldn't understand. Apparently lots of people are secretly unhappy that Elaine has more research resources than them. But if you ask me, everyone's smarter than me, and they should all get along. That way we can make the world a better place. His sister said that some of their friends are joining the Institute. I'm looking forward to meeting them. No obvious symptoms. Joined the lab as new partners, but now I'm even more confused by their conversations. Why is it I can understand every word on its own, but once they string them all together, I can't make heads or tails of it? Jacob is really the only one who even close to being on the same level as me. I feel ashamed just writing that. As an adult looking for reassurance from a child as young as Jacob, I feel like I've lost all the self-respect an adult should have. Based on their research on primogeniture machinery, seems like they decided to adopt this name. Elaine and Ren are thinking about trying to use the characteristics of Oisha and Punoma to construct a new kinetic core. A few minor symptoms. I may have made a contribution. Well, maybe I went on a picnic with Elaine, his sister, Ren, and Jacob. It was technically supposed to be field research, but the idea came from Elaine's sister and me. We thought they didn't have any life at all outside of their research, so we asked the Institute director to arrange something. Petrichor's quite boring, but the scenery is quite nice. Since you can see the Great Waterfall, I brought a camera from the Institute to take photos for them. I hope there are more outings like this one in the future, so I can take more photos of his sister. Especially, after all, Elaine is always working and can't be with his sister as she grows up. So these photos will come in D later, when he regrets not spending much time with her. Then he'll be able to see how she was at different times, and it won't sting so much. If only my family had enough money for a camera and things didn't go wrong. I'm sure my mom would have taken lots of photos of me. Ren and Jacob like Elaine's sister a lot, too. When the four of them hang out, she sometimes acts like an older sister to them, despite being the youngest. It's a really interesting dynamic. Seem to be interested in the ruins and the stone statues here. Ren has also mentioned something about a trope and seals. Even though we went out there to have a bit of fun for once, they were still thinking about research. No obvious symptoms. Took the day off. Elaine's sister came to see me with Jacob. Elaine and Ren couldn't make it because their experiment is at a critical stage. They didn't have to tell me any of that, though. After all, with my limited abilities, that I was able to help at all is already fulfilling. I heard that Elaine and Institute's director came to see me, separately, while I was unconscious. I feel bad that they came all this way for nothing. I wasn't even awake. Still taking time off, but I hope to go back and help them again soon. I found out that they were graduates from the Narzinsenkruis Institute, and that made me really happy. They talked about the director and the vice director as well as their adventures, and it made me feel like a kid again. The only detail that didn't make sense was the cake the vice director made, because it felt like punishment when we had it. After the disaster, I lost contact with pretty much all my friends. I'm so happy that they were able to find each other again. I wonder how my friends are doing. They're probably trying to rebuild the Narzinsenkruis Institute. Next time, I'll go check it out. Talked about the thinking machine again. I had an idea about making a thinking camera so that it would take photos of those precious to him while he's busy. He thought it was kind of pointless, but that it had security and surveillance applications. They did it. The light bulb came on. I was lucky to have recovered in time to witness this historical moment. It's quite a pity, but I hope Ren and Jacob will make the breakthroughs of their own in their own research topics. I also hope they get better assistants than me. No clear symptoms. Took the day off. There were several visits while I was unconscious. It's a shame. All I could do is read the letters they left behind. Jacob left me a note inviting me to his and Ren's lab. There's something they want to talk to me about. I hope I can get out of bed soon. Anne brought flowers for me, but they had already wilted by the time I woke up. Took the day off. I was able to get out of bed today. This is where I first met Elaine. For a time afterwards, my first time standing here, I documented the experimental procedures and phenomena based on his oral descriptions. He was trying to start up the machinery below in an ill-fitting lab coat. Ren and Jacob later entered through that door, and Elaine would temporarily forget to act the young genius and rush towards them like an energetic kid. Found myself witness to the first successful controlled annihilation reaction. The brilliant light cast a deep, dark shadow, and I believe history was made in that moment. Can someone like me, so excited I knocked over the ink bottle, play a role in such a historical event? Behind the locked door on the other side is Ren and Jacob's lab. It seems access was limited due to the dangerous nature of their research. They are destined to become towering figures in history. I guess Elaine moved to another lab. Based on his plan, once the energy problem was solved, he would study kinematics. I'll go greet him later. I wonder how Anne is doing now. I wonder what kind of beautiful woman she will grow up to be. I'll stop writing here. I don't have much time left. I hope everything goes well. Okay. You don't have much time to write, but you wrote an entire freaking story. Oh my god. Yeah, let's read another one! The assigned assistant doesn't seem very reliable at the moment. It doesn't look like the power sources of those war machines can be used. Their cores are far too dangerous. I'll get them to seek out such mysterious machines. No progress worth reporting today. Went out with Anne under the watchful eyes of my adoptive father to look for inspiration at sites where battles took place. Ran into Ren and Jacob. The assistant doesn't seem reliable. Caused some accidents, just another obstacle to overcome. This kind of machine with a seemingly arbitrary external form is quite interesting. Research will focus on their power source. Research primogeny machines. Assistant took the day. Did I already read this? No. Asked Anne for help. Recommended Ren and Jacob, the director of the Institute. Research primogeny machines assistant took the day off. Asked Anne for help. Suggested to join Institute, but she wasn't interested. Research primogeny machines. My assistant still isn't back. I'll go to pay a visit. Found Ren and Jacob's adoptive father with my own adoptive father's help. The supplementary primogeny machines have arrived. Should be able to make progress now. Assistant seems to be in good spirits, probably just a minor illness. Research primogeny machines. Ren and Jacob have joined the Institute. They've been assigned to my project. Field research today. Interesting machine statue. Research primogeny machines. Research primogeny machines. My adoptive father visited, but I was too busy to host him. An scolded me. I'll remember to apologize next time I see him. Research primogeny machines. Assistant took the day off. On the threshold of a major breakthrough, assistant took the day off. I was too busy to visit. An scolded me. I'll go tomorrow. On the threshold of a major breakthrough, forgot about the visit. Am sorry. We'll invite everyone to go with me. Took the day off. Assistant took the day off. Went to visit. An idea. A virtual neural network based on a vast quantity of thinking units instead of logic trees. A camera. Research Primagerian machines. Assistant took the day off. Research Primagerian machines. Assistant took the day off. Research Primagerian machines. Rena and Jacob went to begin conducting their own research today. Assistant took the day off. A breakthrough. Patent application process is too annoying. Forget it. Assistant's condition seems okay. Still a little worried. Considering the gap in medical technology, advised assistant to go to Sumeru. Took the day off. Researching machine kinematics next must make a materials list. Visit. They said a bigger lab has been prepared for the kinematic experiments, but I've decided not to move for now. Visit. Been urged to move the lab several times, but if the lab is moved, my assistant might not be able to find it. A pain. Visit. Move my lab. Okay. How will we open that door and proceed onward? We open the freaking door by finding the fucking key. Oh, so this is the forum you were talking about. There are so many books everywhere. They must really have been dedicated to studying and conducting research. Paimon would never have guessed that they were a secret society plotting to overthrow the government of Fontaine. As the saying goes, dear Paimon, knowledge is power. This is especially true for the Licorice Forum. You should understand that with great knowledge comes great power, and once great power is yours to command, there will only be one path left to you. Paimon doesn't think that logic really holds water, but you're the local, not Paimon, so Paimon will trust you know what you're talking about and leave it at that. They seem to have been researching some amazing things, though, and we've already seen plenty of stuff that obviously isn't from here on the way. Really? You think so? I seem to remember you handling it just fine back then, traveler. Well, knowing their existence resources, it couldn't have been too hard for them to get their hands on these kinds of things. After all, this is the fabulous, wealthy Licorice Forum we're talking about here. But we've also explored a lot of domains and seen more than our fair share of cool things during our adventures. Is that so? Then I presume you've also found a lot of treasure. Since we've gone from Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma, Sumeru, and now we're here, yeah, we have. How fascinating. I mean, what a terrific achievement. Doesn't feel like one. I expected nothing less from the two of you. It's too bad that this place is completely flooded. It really feels like a lot happened here, and they made a lot of important discoveries. The water levels of Fontaine have risen before, and according to the folks at the Fontaine Research Institute, they will rise again in the future. Perhaps one day all of Fontaine will disappear beneath the waves. Dude, that's not a good thing. Wow, that'd be terrible. All that delicious food drowned and lost forever. What about the people? What about the people, Paimon? Nah, fuck the people. The food's more important. Anyway, let's hope nothing like that will happen in the future. The future. Who cares about that? I'll be dead long before then, so why should I worry about the people alive then? What do the people in Fontaine of the future have to do with me? Dude, that's like really bad. Why? You should think about your future, dude. You're not thinking about your future, then what the hell are you thinking about? You're just sitting there saying it's set in stone, and it's just like, nah, I'm screwed, man. Prophecy says we're gonna die here. I'm just gonna accept it. Kiss my ass goodbye. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. I pay my respects to my family and friends. After all, they raised me, and have done many things for me. But have the people of the future done anything for you, for me? So what do we owe them? Isn't that right? Not your death, dude. Like, that's what I might have said about the issue of flooding if I lacked both patriotism and a sense of civic responsibility. Pretty abominable. Okay. Anyway, sorry for digressing. There should be a way to open the door below. Let's take a look around to see if there are any clues or keys. Or maybe, something that's just completely locked off. That's actually staring me right in the face. I'll also try to see if I can find anything in the associated files, my dear friends. Dear friend. Oh, hey, he's here! What's up, Virgil? Yo! How are you, buddy? Let me see. So this is actually the Institute of Natural Philosophy. Looks like the wrong place after all. Oh, so there were things like this hidden here. How fascinating. I can use it against Sunny and the others. Should be able to make use of this laboratory to take care of things first. Okay. I must open the door.
Yep. No time to lose.
Find a way to open the door. Alright, that's not where... hello! Hiya! Brilliant. Now we can continue further into the Institute's depths, as expected of a seasoned adventurer. Aren't we investigating the forum? So is it a forum or an institute? Sorry, I misspoke. And forgive me for asking this out of the blue, but did either of you ever run into anyone who was looking for me? Or did you tell anyone else about our encounter? No, it sounds like you're about to do me dirty, man. You sounds like you're about to literally just strike me in the back. Paimon doesn't think so. What's wrong, Virgil? Do you owe someone a ton of mora? Are you gonna kill me? No, of course not. It just occurred to me that I should let you know that there are many greedy goons who are also after Lila Krush's forum secret Are you one of them? They're very different from us. They're willing to do anything to achieve their goals, so I've always refused to work with them, as I know the most about the treasure's whereabouts. They have me in their sights. Sure they do. It's been a long time hiding from their prying eyes and looking for partners I could trust. It is my luck to have finally met you two, my dearest friends. So that's what's going on. In any case, I'm just relieved to hear that you never told anyone else about me. Phew. I just know I picked the right people to be my partners. Only your best friends can be relied on to keep your secrets. Yep, don't worry, Virgil. We won't tell anyone else about you. I have complete confidence that you will never ever tell another soul about me. Yeah, Virgil, I'm about to drown your ass. Let's go. The treasure's waiting for us. Yep, here we come, treasure. Virgil, do we really need to continue looking for soaked pieces of paper? Oh, that? Well, no, not anymore. Unless you're interested in that sort of thing, anyway. Didn't you say that things are soaked rotten, have their soaked rotten value or something? Yes, I suppose, dear friends. You could say something like the situation has changed. Really? Well, you're the local, so we'll take your word for it. Wasn't that old dialogue? Why did that reappear? Alright. Alright, I'm back in the water. Take this skill.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Riptide!
I totally missed that dialogue. Oh well. Good heavens, traveler. You certainly have a way with these mecha. Phew, we must be getting close to the treasure after all. We've already run into the guards. Those are the guards. They were tiny little robots. Though Fontaine's achievements are as numerous and dazzling as the stars in the sky, the clockwork mecha are undoubtedly the most exquisite of them all. Though perhaps I shouldn't overpraise. One of the most exquisite. You must have traveled via aquabus when you visited the court, correct? Tell me you've seen the intricate steambird as well. In Fontaine, even blacksmithing is done by mecha. Why, the Mason Gardiennage didn't even have to lift a finger to beat me up. They just sent out some guard mechs. It hurt so much, there was no choice but to submit. I mean, beat up the bad guys. Why would they ever beat me up? Well, if mecha are already so advanced, then surely the people of Fontaine don't need to do anything for themselves anymore, and can just leave everything to machines. That's a good one, my dear friend. You're just adorable. It's a lot cheaper to hire a human than buy a clockwork mecha. Or to put it another way, no one and nothing can infringe on a Fontaine citizen's right to work. Beep, construct, beep. How fascinating. In any case, though, I think everyone would agree that humans and machines are not the same. Though all the places we've been have their own charm, too. It's not like Fontaine is just better than everywhere else, right? My friend, surely you cannot be serious. How can there be any place in Tivat that's better than Fontaine? Paimon was just trying to say that other places are also really special, too. Virgil, have you ever set foot outside of Fontaine? My dearest Paimon, you should know that there's an old saying in Fontaine. All waters lead to Fontaine. It's not the people of Fontaine who should go out and see the world, but all the world who should come and witness Fontaine's glory. Don't get it backwards. Do people really say that? Of course they do. Anyway, my friends, why don't we keep going? The treasure's still waiting for us deep inside these ruins. Yeah, let's go, traveler. Wait, what? Oh. Nothing down there. Ah, yes, some more,
No time to lose.
Well, I don't have the key, so I can't go in there.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Following Guillotine's instructions, the research went well. We've created a clockwork mecha that can release energy. To be honest, we no longer need to call it a clockwork machine, as it doesn't rely on elastic potential. It'll be compelling to see what results he achieves next in kinematics. There's no way old-fashioned clockwork mecha can withstand such power output. Even young geniuses must stumble now and then. The thought of using this sort of unstable energy source is impressive, though we have long observed these unique energies in Fontaine's atmosphere, water, and organisms. It has always been regarded as a latent threat rather than a potential resource. Aren't there a few young geniuses too many nowadays? The director is pleased, sure, but won't someone spare a thought for us ordinary people? I mean, not all of us are as simple-minded as Sherbus. It received a very high rating. If the patent were to be granted, the potential financial gain would be considerable. However, I decided to decline the opportunity because the machine was practically all Guillotine's work, and I can take no credit there. My family was quite angry about it, but as an engineer, one must have at least a little dignity and self-awareness. Still making improvements and output efficiency has increased. Seems to have specially recruited, that's good. Had he continued that line of research, who knows what horrors he might have unleashed. At this stage, we have to pull out. The director says everyone will be given a position in research resources after reconstruction. But I'm afraid if it were me, I would use this as an excuse for a major shakeup. People like me won't get recalled anyway. Never mind, I've been pretty happy these past few days. I guess I'll consider it my retirement. I'll go to the city and open a small workshop, repairing watches for folks, cameras too. Right, I'll see if I can make a waterproof clock. With the way things are going, I might make a killing in the future. Okie doke.
Jackpot.
I'm gonna have to go to the bottom. Yeah, no, I wouldn't just float to the top. I would probably be drowning if that were me. Ah, more gods!
Here comes the finale.
He's not doing much damage.
You're mine. Shouldn't let your guard down. Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
Okay.
Order guide you.
Rift Hounds. Though it's a shame I'll have to miss it. I was looking forward to Coppelius' new work. Ever since he was a child, he's always been incredibly talented. In consideration for everyone's safety, it's been decided that the Institute shall close. Driven by the energy and vigor of youth, the young ones are clamoring to go out and do battle. I hope someday they will understand the importance of prioritizing post-disaster reconstruction over marching off to die. I fear that it shan't be long before we must depart. We've chosen a good piece of land near the Fountain of Lucine as the post-relocation site. They even say they want to use the land to build an opera house. They'd sooner set faces aflame with shame and laughter. They think that anyone could be so comical.
We're going to pay our respects at Basil's grave. I hope it all turns out like Emmanuel said. However, it's the Institute's responsibility to support gifted and talented youths. Met with the newly appointed Iduix, he has a peculiar temperament, seems much more reliable than Leon and those other clowns. If all goes well, it has the potential to completely revolutionize our understanding of clockwork mecha. The proposed methodology and plan are reliable, worth paying more attention. The results of early phases have been satisfactory. We will increase our investment. Carter's leave requests have been increasing in frequency. Better have someone keep an eye on him. He may be having financial difficulties, not like it's possible for it to be a family matter. After some consideration, I've decided to enroll them and temporarily assign them to the same lab. However, I'm concerned about the impact of their joining after laying on the mental state of others. Must keep careful. Watch. Okay. Still unconscious during the visit, so couldn't speak. Decided to take a blood sample and see if there's a cure or a way to mitigate it. Although the proposed research plan is expected to face challenges in obtaining recognition, I believe it holds significant practical value, so it justifies approval. Toxins remain in the soil and water and have not yet been fully neutralized. The water is producing deformed oceanids. In a way, this could be a reflection of the previous events. I only just learned that these are Carl's adopted children. It's a shame the Narcotics Institute no longer exists. This could be the biggest breakthrough in a century. It will change all of society. The report mentioned abnormal movements. I'll have to find a chance to talk to Emmanuel about it.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Why is there a
Now I
room
just
guard
need to
here?
get my hands on the rest.
I don't know. This must be the same one mentioned in the files. What files? Nothing. I meant the description I read in the Steambird. Yeah, nope, can't trust you. I suppose it's dangerous, then I'll leave it to you two.
No time to lose.
There are suspicions of some sort of association or group activity among the leaders, with a so-called master involved. Whilst they are very vigilant towards external investigations, there is currently no evidence of aggression or any invasive nature, so the case is not being pursued through official investigative channels. Objective remains unclear and further investigation is required. There is reason to suspect that the Institute may be the hub of these activities. Font of all waters. Okay. According to my research, this should be the treasure vault of the Licruche Forum. The riches we seek should be within. Whoa, a treasure vault! Paimon thought the vault would be full of glittering golden mora as dazzling as the sun. You should know, my dear friend. How? Wait, whoa. Oh wait, no, he's one with the water. So it makes sense. Like, but you should be wearing your why are you carrying a helmet underwater if you're not gonna freaking wear it? Wait, we're not. Wait, no, we're above water. We're above water. Okay, never mind. You should know, my dear friends, that just as the truly wealthy do not flaunt in anything as shallow as appearances, real treasure. Oh, Paimon knows what you're about to say. The real treasure was the friends we made along the way. Sure is, Paimon. Sure is. I was about to say that the real treasure is not so easily revealed. But you're also exactly right, Paimon. I have to say I could have never come up with something so wise and philosophical. Regardless, the purpose of our expedition is to uncover the treasure the Institute has hidden away for centuries. I'm convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that the treasure is hidden in this room. So let's hurry up and get in there and find it. Are you sure? Paimon doesn't see anything in there besides a few broken ruin mechanisms. Your words wound me, my friend. We're partners who are seeking the Institute's long-lost treasure together. Do you really doubt me? About that, let's just say that different records refer to it differently. But my dear traveler, the name isn't the important thing. We should keep our eyes on the prize. What we are talking about isn't merely a matter of hundreds of thousands or even millions of Mora, but a vast secret trove of hundreds of millions of Mora sleeping within the vaults. Hundreds of millions of Mora? I mean, it sounds nice. I don't need it. It sounds nice. And there are other priceless items in the vault too, like there's the all-powerful Lacrouche Holy Sword, which can pierce through armor and destroy the soul itself. A magical item, powerful beyond compare. And I will wield it. Oh, okay. Yeah, Virgil, I totally trust you, man. Whoa, Paimon had no idea, and it's all in his vault? Precisely. If you ask me, every moment that we spend bantering here increases the risk of us being beaten to the treasure by all sorts of scrupulous ruffians who will stop at nothing to steal it. We can't let that happen. It's our treasure. We are literally being lied to. See, you get me. Then, in that case, the traveler and Paimon, please go forth and recover the treasure. I'll make sure to watch the rear. And stab you in the back. Okay, Virgil. Yep. Here we come. Treasure! Don't worry, I won't let anyone get through. Oh, and please let me know when you find the treasure. Please let me know when you find the treasure, so I can take it for myself. Oh, yeah, sounds great. Sounds freaking awesome. I totally trust you, man. Of course I do.
Go! Phew!
There's no reason why you would lie to me. It's not like there's anything involved with it, right? Okay, so I have cameras. Am I taking its picture? Now you mention it, this Lacrouche Forum really did a lot of research, didn't they? There's also many cameras along the way. They were probably used to record the results of their experiments, right? And there's also a notebook here, too. Let's see. Yep. It's hard to make out a lot of the words. It says, when something goes out of control, break something else, something, so damage can be controlled. This machine, why does it look kind of familiar? Well, since this order brought all kinds of magnates from other nations to this place, it's probably something they hauled over from some distant ruin as well. Wow, Paimon just had a really scary thought. What if this so-called treasure is just their research findings and has nothing to do with piles of Mora at all? Yeah, you're right, Traveler, but Paimon still wants Mora. If we had hundreds of millions of Mora, we could build a pretty house and invite all our friends over, just eating great food and having fun day after day. There's a glass wall here, and it seems like there's a bunch of water behind it. Ah, that looks dangerous. If the glass suddenly breaks, who knows where we'll get swept off to. Let's find the treasure quickly and get the heck out of here. Let's get the heck out of here, man! Right. Radiola.
Go!
Ugh, Paimon sure hopes this ruin thing isn't going to suddenly stand up. Paimon's not worried about you being strong enough. Paimon's just scared that you'll break the treasure in the middle of the fight. This is treasure to you? This is a weapon. There has to be. There is, right? There won't be in about 5 seconds. This is a nice scene. What's that sound? The door is locked behind us! Oh no, Virgil! What are you doing? I thought I could trust you, man! I trusted you right from the very beginning! I'm so very sorry. I made a terrible mistake. It was only during our expedition that I realized that this wasn't the former grounds of the Lacrouche Forum, but rather the ruins of the Institute of Natural Philosophy. There's no treasure here. There are lots of experiments on machinery and energy. And now, my dearest friends, another experiment is about to begin. As for treasures, it would be wrong to say there aren't any at all here. As seasoned adventurers, I'm sure you've accumulated quite a bit of mora and other precious items over the course of your journey. I will return after the conclusion of the experiment to collect the treasures you are sure to leave behind. Don't you worry, my friends. I'll be sure to put them to good use. Virgil! Why? Virgil, you lied to us! Yeah. I'm not surprised. So you knew, and still decided to step into my trap. You're the kind of person I despise the most. So arrogant and disdainful. You blasted fools all treat me like an idiot. Even a couple of foreign whatever. According to the records here, this machine is a special ruin grader. No matter how good you are, even if you can handle ruin guards, you're still only made of flesh and bone. It'll break you. As to what makes it special, I'll leave you to find out in your own good time. Goodbye, my dear partners. Ugh. Traveler, get away! Get away! Get ready! Let's go! Woo! The special ruin. So special, in fact, it's about to be destroyed. Yeah, it was something special, alright.
Stabilize! This is order.
Ha! Brace yourself! This is gonna hurt!
Solidify!
Dog's over!
Tidal wave! Za! Ya! Za!
Break the glass wall, free me! Aha! Yeah! And take that! The relentless assault of the raging waters, the ruin grader ceases to function. Yeah, you can't function with water. Paimon drank so much water. Paimon's so mad to think that Virgil would be someone like that. Good thing we managed to escape that way. Who knows what might have happened otherwise. Once we're out of here, we're gonna go find him and settle the score. Paimon can't believe he put us in danger like that. Paimon didn't think there'd be buildings like this underwater. It looks like the rising water levels have caused a lot of damage to Fontaine. People used to live here, right? Paimon gets a little sad thinking about it. This is a nice little ride to wherever. Where am I going? Broke the glass wall. Where the heck are you taking me? Where do you think this current's gonna take us? Follow the road and we'll find out. What if we get trapped in some underwater dead end? I see the light! Phew, we're finally out. Paimon's pissed. We're gonna find that guy. Allowed to use the word. Well, Paimon's pissed. Good to know, Paimon's pissed. I would be too. Anyway. Delete that, because I don't need that. Alright, not done. I don't even know where he went. Wait, is that the quest? The quest is done? No, he's still involved in this freaking quest. Where is it? No. No. Am I done with the quest? Like, I don't know where you went. Maybe I'm done with the quest for now. I don't know. Let's go back here.
Go! Huh?
Back to Urban.
Go!
Welcome, dear guests. We meet again. It has not been long, and yet I miss you a little already. You sweet talker. Oh, woe is me, loathed am I. How the pain stings. Perhaps I best get back to work. Let me state first that the planned data collection project will be divided into two parts. One will be run by Albert, and the other by me. On my side, we wish to model the agility of a champion duelist, and so we'll need you to complete a few underwater speed challenges. Do champion duelists have to train underwater? Who knows? I do not know one personally, and I don't think the boss knows any either. Probably just thinks that it's cooler this way. He originally wanted to install 10 different water training mechanisms that can spray jets of water, but eventually gave up on this idea due to the high cost. Alright, let's go do those races. Well, Fontaine is the realm of water, after all, and if this is to be sold in other nations, a little Fontainian flair is needed. Anyway, we've prepared a handbook with relevant details. Please peruse it at your disposal. Well, are you two raring to go already? Yeah, let's go. No problem. The data collection devices have already been placed over there, so you need not worry about them. You just need to focus on completing the challenge. Sounds easy enough. Alright, there's 6 of them. Okay. Go underwater and do the underwater races. In torrential turbulent charge, your character will automatically move over to the water. Okay. Good to know. Touch specific turbulence items to charge forward. You got it. Don't hit bombs. Right. How long is this little race? was easy. Next one. That's why I had to complete this. Because one of the races takes place in here. Down? Bombs. Okay. It's kind of peaceful. Next one. next one's over here. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I had to take care of something. I'm back now. Alright, let me finish this quest. Probably, definitely edit out the time I was away. For whoever wants to watch. And that's the last one. Alright, let's go speak to Albert. My, are you so eager to begin work already? If you don't mind me saying so, I do think that this plan won't go anywhere. Might as well go over to La Porte Horlogerie to have some fun, eh? Whoa, is that your honesty coming out to play? Shh, pipe down now, pipe down. If someone hears us, they might take me for a hostile spy. Let's leave this topic at that, shall we? I mean, I just work here, so let's talk work. Let me state first that this data collection project will be divided into two parts. One will be run by Arbin and the other by me. On my side, we wish to model the might of a champion duelist, and so we will need you to complete some feats of combat prowess. We have found some places where monsters often gather, and planted data collection devices in the vicinity, so you need only go forth and destroy them with all your might. Okay. I have already marked the exact locations on your map. As for any other things of note, they have been written into this manual here, which you can peruse at your leisure. So do you have any questions? No, it's very self-explanatory. Well, in that case, I hope the data gathering session goes like clockwork. Alright, cool. 3 combat fights, let's go.
Stabilize. Order guide you. Gather.
Higher, higher, hands on fire! Go!
You're mine! Yeah! Shouldn't let your guard down.
Solidify. I will have order.
Go! Huh?
Or chest. Luxurious chest. What am I supposed to do?
Lost over!
Stabilize.
Jackpot!
Ow.
Certainly worth the
I'm gonna
extra
grab
mile.
that one. Where's the next one? Is there another one? What is this connecting? I want this chest, damn it!
Quake.
Oh, so close. So close, but so far. Alright, maybe whatever this is the answer. I already went up here. I didn't. Oh. I'm a doofus. You dummy.
No time to lose.
Miss. Alright, try again. Perfect.
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
Higher, higher, hands on fire! Quit it! Quit it!
Ha! Gather! Order guide you!
Go! Huh?
All right, now we're talking.
Alright, I need to go over here.
No time to lose. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Stabilize! I will have order!
Cross over! Here it's Go! Blink!
No time to lose. Shouldn't let your guard down.
Gather! Order guide you.
And those are all the challenges, I believe. Oh no, there's still 2 more.
Stabilize.
Tidal wave. No time to lose.
Gather. This is order.
Time to go. Go.
Stabilize.
Huh?
Order guide you. I will have order.
It's over! Go!
Solidify! Order guide you!
You're mine! Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. How I had only just...
It's over!
Solidify! Order guide you.
Time to go!
I will have order. Stabilize. Solidify. Order guide you.
Oh, there's still one more.
Want a taste of my hammer?
It's over!
Shouldn't get careless.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Suffocate.
Phew!
I got careless. Gather. This is order.
Huh? Draw's over!
Stabilize.
See?
Alright, we got the toy war. The battle of the toys. It's something.
Go! Phew!
The feedback on the board doesn't look right. Shouldn't we be receiving naught but high praise? It wasn't like this before. Quite unexpected, yes. I suspect foul play. Fortunately, our boss has, in his wisdom, prepared a contingency plan. Well, of course he has. Why else do you think he's the boss? Arbin, Albert, is Liver in... He's got something. He's got something for us, apparently. Alright, on time. Here comes the contingency now. Well, that's you. That's what the boss said, but he's not here right now. So let us explain. Just a short explanation once again. During the last 2 days, we released the results of our champion duelist plan to the public. We've also stated pre-orders that will allow people to pay half the price as a deposit and thus qualify for early access. We also placed an evaluation column, that is to say, the message board at the door of our store upon which people could leave their profuse praises. This is what they call building hype. Just as the boss expected, our store really did get very popular, but very few people placed pre-orders, and the amount of praise left in the other column was also lamentably low. You lack sincerity, this. Where's the internal quality control that get with the time, such are the reviews we've gotten? Looks like the market wasn't quite what you expected, huh? I fear things are not so simple. We have a saying around here, that where there's smoke, there's fire. That is to say that something never arises from nothing. In other words, someone is spreading rumors. Baseless, scrupulous rumors that smear us. That smear us irresponsibly. That irresponsibly invent disparaging fictions and defamatory fabrications. The boss is sure that his brother is the only one who can be behind the smear campaign. La Pote Horloge has the most to be worried about if this plan succeeds, after all. So what do you want to do? Hire us to smear them right back? Lady Farina above, how could you ever think such a thing? Our boss is Caron's elder brother, after all. Even if they might stoop to such low and vulgar means, we will defeat them fair and square. Exactly. Only this way can the elder brother reform his wayward little brother. to get them to reveal what they mean by sincerity and internal quality control, of course. Reveal what now? Is that not fair? And is Fontaine not the nation of fairness? That's not what fairness means. The boss said that since everyone seems to think that the other party's packaging has been done with sincerity, we should keep pace with them. We shall package our champion duelists as they package adventurers. Adding that to our wealth of data will guarantee us a comeback victory. Packaging? Nah. They just turned an adventurer's tale into a toy, that's all. Oh, that must be it. Please ask them what it is. That story must be the packaging we speak of. I, too, have heard a little something. It seems that while Caron was drunk, he accidentally let slip that his toy was made due to a certain person. Imagine what a grand tale they must have shared to inspire such words from him. Huh, really? You know, Traveler, Paimon's only kind of curious as to what that story might be. Why don't we try going back and ask? Will you? Oh, splendid, splendid. We shall leave this in your capable hands, then, Miss Paimon and Traveler. Yo, bro, I'm back again. Here to smear you in fairness. Hello again, dear customers. How have you been? Have you tried out the adventurer toy, by the way? Yeah, I did. Hey there, Caron. Actually, we've got some things we wanted to consult you about. And yeah, it's about the toy. Happy coincidence. Then I enjoy those. Like a fortuitous opportunity to nap. Or just happening to have enough mora to buy what you'd like to ask. What you'd like to. Ask away. That's right, we've heard that you base this toy on someone. That's gotta be the adventurer who's the star of this tale, right? I see, so that's your question. Well, that adventurer did indeed leave a deep impression on me. I met an adventurer in Springvale when I was about to leave Mondstadt. It appeared that he had messed up some sort of meal delivery commission. I mean, I did that too, but, I don't think I messed it up. Apparently, he had encountered several waves of monsters on the way there. And not only had he missed the timing, but the food had also been bumped about. It fell on the ground, picked it back up, put it back in the box, gave it back to them, and they were angry. Knowing a thing or two about cooking, I helped him make a new serving, and he delivered that one to them, and then they threw the other one back at him, and he wasn't very too happy. He didn't stay at that job. Well, that sure was nice of you. Well, but that's not all. You might find it hard to imagine, but that one attempt at cooking resulted in all manner of accidents. The firewood got wet, a big hole to get gouged in the bottom of the pot, and while I was plating up, I was hit by some flying stones from out of nowhere. One of them even bounced onto my head. Now that one really hurt. Well, the job did eventually get done, albeit with a complaint from the customer that they had cracked a tooth on a stone while eating. Lady Farina above. Surely it wasn't the stone that hit us on the head. Bennett. That was his name. Wait, do you two know him as well? Interesting. Yeah, that guy is, he's a very unlucky one. Later, he took me into all sorts of rarely visited places in Mondstadt to show his thanks. It was a pretty rough journey, but the uncommonly beautiful sights made it worth the effort. I would have taken him for a travel enthusiast had he not told me that he had discovered those places by losing his footings during adventures, or from getting lost. On the day of my return to Fontaine, he came to say goodbye, and there I asked him if he considered his unlucky disposition bothersome. He just gave me a thumbs up and said, "The world is full of all sorts of people, and maybe I just happen to be the unluckiest." But thanks to that, I've also become the bravest person, and that's given me access to sights only I can see. What a brilliant way of putting things, walking the path of misfortune, with a big smile on one's face. Perhaps that's the spirit of a true adventurer. That's right, Bennett's the most adventurous adventurer for sure. If bad luck can be infectious, perhaps that adventuring spirit could be too. And with any luck, the latter can be spread far further than the former. I wonder, will this story give you enough material for your report? How did you figure that one out this time? Where there's smoke, there's fire. That's what we say in Fontaine. If you really want to know about the story, you would have asked the first time. But since you're only doing that now, I can only guess that my brother put you up to it. So you really did know. You know, Paimon doesn't get why Liver would have such a dim view of you. You're pretty smart, and you seem like a nice guy. It's anger, I think. He's probably still mad at me for what he sees as a betrayal. Betrayal? Our family is well known for our skills in making clockwork devices. I've always been good at making toys of that sort. And while my brother isn't quite as good, he's got a real knack for doing business. Since we both love toys, we agreed that when we grew up, we would set up the best toy store ever. It was only when we grew up that we realized that someone had to succeed in the family business. That is to say, this shop. My brother had a big fight with our father over that, and he went to strike out on his own. I, on the other hand, was convinced to stay, and is that not a betrayal? Does that really count, though? Well, it wasn't a show of adventurousness, that was for sure. I was afraid that if I failed to make a name for myself out there, I'd have to come crawling back to the family business. I just couldn't take that pressure. I've always been like that. I'd be the first to cry when we encountered some hooligans on the streets, but my brother would have me get behind him with a "don't worry, watch me send them flying with my knuckle sandwich." Your relationship seems kind of complicated. Well, I suppose that's how things played out, huh? In any case, I'll be here if you have any other questions. You're always welcome here in my store. Because you're a customer.
Huh?
This whole event is just bantering between these two shops. Boss, our two guests have returned. Quick as ever, I see. I suppose you gained much from your investigations. Huh? You know, Liver, why do you always show up later? Well, I suppose I am remiss. I shall strive to come earlier next time. Anyway, about that toy. Tell Liver about Bennett. He frowns. A toy based on an adventurer named Bennett, I see. And another thing, we didn't ask him, but Paimon thinks your brother didn't badmouth your shop. He doesn't look like the type. Oh, how so? You pass Caron's words on. Liver's gazes passes through you to what seems to be a place in an intermediate distance. After a while, dissatisfied, he struggles. If you ask me, I don't think that idiot would do something like that either. Wait, so what was this whole contingency thing about? The boss was just looking for an excuse, I suppose. More likely than not, I say. Well, he is a businessman. Businessmen have reputations to consider. And he's the big brother, is he not? A big brother's got a name to uphold, you know? Say any more, or you'll eat my knuckle sandwich. Liver is exactly what Caron said he'd be like. Well, dear guests, I was just thinking that I should go pay that idiot a visit. Whoa, are you gonna put your differences aside and go ask him for advice then? Of course not. But if he thinks he's betrayed me and feels bad about that, shouldn't I give him the opportunity to apologize to my face? He did say that, but Paimon doesn't think that that's the sort of betrayal someone needs to apologize for. Well, it's decided. Arbon, there's no need for any further pre-orders. Return all deposits as needed, and keep that evaluation board. What? Boss, so we're not executing the plan anymore? What about the data collection? No, the data collection continues. I have other plans for that, and you've got payments to collect, don't you? I always do honest business. Suspiciously honest in this case. The boss is the boss, even when he's being stubborn. I wouldn't call his attitude toward toys completely worthless. I'll pay a visit to La Porte Horloge once the next 2 days of data collection are complete. I'd like you two to come too. Good customers. I've got some other things to settle here in the shop, so if you'll excuse me. Liver's got such an odd temper. He's not really going to ask for an apology, is he? Well, would you look at that? Our third party has brought about an opportunity for change once again. Third party? That's the two of you, of course. Thanks to you, the differences between the two shop owners may yet be resolved. That's what happened previously, too. Aye, have you noticed how this shop is separated from La Porte Horloge by the Northland Bank? Boss originally wanted to set up shop next to La Porte Horloge to compete with them directly. Now, I doubt that they knew about the boss's history when they reserved that space, but in some way they became a mediator in the conflict, didn't they? That's super interesting. The Fatui love to meddle in other people's business, but this sort of meddling's a first for sure. And that's the importance of third parties, just like how a double act still needs an audience. Well, what about solo acts? Would things work with just one actor and one audience? Wait, are you trying to betray me too? You better watch out for my knuckle sandwich then. wait until 2 days later. Okay. 2 days! Standing, doing nothing. Man, these 2 days flew by. Alright. Go to Puerto Loche.
Go!
I see you're doing well, Karan. Brother, what are you doing here? We haven't seen each other in so long, and that's what you chose to say? I just didn't expect you to come over to see me. I mean, our shops are quite close together, but you never came over. I thought you were still angry with me. I'm not here to talk to you about what happened before. I'm just going to ask you this. That adventurer toy was made because of me, right? I knew I wouldn't be able to hide anything from you. Wait, now Paimon's confused. Wasn't that toy inspired by Bennett? I see you two have arrived as well. I'm sorry for not explaining previously, but I didn't know where to begin. Although that adventurer did give me critical inspiration, my brother was the real reason I insisted on having the toy made. That's on my brother for twisting himself about into loops over everything. You haven't changed either, brother. I'm more and more convinced that you and that adventurer are the same type of person. I don't have a vision, nor am I an adventurer. But you have that same adventurous spirit. Bennett lives in an adventure, while you live for adventure. Did you pick that flattery up from me too? How can that be? You've never been a flatterer. You've never hesitated to tell me that I haven't any fighting spirit, and while the truth is frustrating, it is the truth nonetheless. You've always been trying to be the best toy merchant ever, but I acceded to the family's arrangements, continuing the cycle of clockmaking. Only people like you and Bennett could turn their passions into their profession. I cannot. It would take 100 of me to match your courage. Come on, don't say that about yourself. There's no point in hiding this. When my brother first stated his intentions to move his shop next to mine, my first reaction was to consider moving the shop. Father would be ashamed, and rightfully so. But in the end, the Northland Bank took that spot and separated us. A happy coincidence again, you could say. Yeah, Arvin told us about it. Do you really think the world is so full of happy coincidences that the Northland Bank just so happened to come between us at that time? I had reserved that spot long ago, but a new idea struck me, and so I transferred it to them for a low price. This didn't just come out of nowhere, you know. So you were the one who got them involved? You didn't... Did you think that your previous decision was too impulsive or something? Ever since I left, my goal has always been to be the greatest toy merchant. But what sort of greatness would that be if the family feud made my brother move away in the process, huh? That smells like concern to Paimon. You were just making excuses when you said you wanted Karan to apologize, weren't you? Apologize? What, apologize? Did I ever say that? Wow, that's a really earnest denial, considering that you actually did say it. I'm here to congratulate you, Karan. That toy is quite well made. It's been such a long time since I last heard a word of praise from you. Brother, I didn't think that. I've also brought you a gift. Here's the data. I had these 2 adventurers gather over the last few days. It should help you create something even more interesting. Huh. But weren't you going to make toy champion duelists? That data is important to you, isn't it? That plan's suspended. The market shifted faster than I thought, so some ad hoc adjustments will be necessary. But this data, how could I just take it? You take it when I give it to you, obviously. In that case, I'll take it for safekeeping. Feel free to reclaim it, should you ever need it again. So Livre's other plan was to give the data to his brother. I apologize to your customers that I did not ask for your suggestions first before doing this. Oh, it's fine. You paid us, didn't you? And this is your personal matter. This was totally worth it if your relationship with your brother can be improved, right, Traveler? Guess this was a successful third-party intervention. Oh, right. Livre Caron, since we're all here, Why don't you strike while the iron's hot and work together on something? You're good at making stuff. Caron and we can have Livera to do the advertising. If you do it as a team, it's sure to work out. Appreciate your good intentions, but there's no need. I feel the same way. Wait, so this is what you two are gonna agree on? That Bennett fellow said this too, didn't he? The world is full of all sorts of people. So you did remember that part. The world is full of all sorts of people, and they all have sights that only they can see. If I learned anything from him at all, this would be it. Caron and I are just different people, which is why we've set out on different paths. Perhaps he thinks that my path is too adventurous, and I, for my part, can't stand the kind of placid existence he leads. That's right. The hour hand does the minute hand's work, it will get fired without compensation the next day. And while intense challenges are an adventure, it is a simple life not one as well. Everyone's on their own journey of adventure. So since we've chosen our direction, let's walk down that path and seek our own unique sights. And I'll occasionally go meet with you. After all, your road will be quite difficult. Don't you worry about me. At least I know how to enlist third parties to help me out in jams. I didn't sit around waiting for these adventurers or the Northland Bank, let me tell you that. And what will you do when there's a problem that even a third party can't solve? I'm sure you know the stiffer a gear is, the less durable it will be. I worry that. And if we meet, we'll meet. What else can we do, huh? That's just life. No, you won't be defeated by life, just like Bennett, and if things prove otherwise. Yeah? I'll send you flying with a knuckle sandwich. Ha, brat, listen to yourself, talking to your big brother like that. Don't get too cocky. Well, if Lady Farina can sit at the judge's desk for a while, then a little brother can borrow his big brother's lines, right? Haha, I see. You're figuring us Fontainians out. I'd like to ask you something, so if you're free, let's meet outside my shop later. That's all I have to say today, Caron. I'll be heading back now. You're here. Well, you seem to be in a good mood. Thanks to your help. Speaking of which, Caron's trip to Mondstadt gave me an idea. Perhaps I should go travel around for a bit and find some inspiration for toys myself. You've traveled the world, probably know some friends like that Bennett. Do you have any suggestions for me? Well, we do have a lot of friends, but when it comes to toy inspiration, that might be a bit tough. Eh? We're a valid third party, aren't we? Are you referring to the Northland Bank? Oh, you meant the previous third party. Oh, let Paimon think. The Northland Bank's under the Fatui, and the Fatui are under... Are you referring to a Harbinger? Do you mean that we can make a toy themed after a Harbinger? Huh? Traveler, do you mean... Oh, Paimon gets it? Yeah, make one after Arlecano. Yeah. Did you know that there's a very special Harbinger, whom they call the greatest toy salesman? It's just not... Yeah, I knew it was gonna be Child. What? Is there such a person? Of course, and he's a real expert too. Maybe he'll inspire you. And you know, a toy merchant and a seller would make a pretty awesome combo, don't you think? Thanks for your suggestions. They've been very helpful. I don't think it would be easy to get in contact with a Harbinger, but I do have some connections at the Northland Bank. I'll see what I can do. Don't forget to invite us to try whatever new toy you come up with. I will. Keep an ear out for news from me. And I have completed this content. Nice. May fortune smile on you. A free Bennett I don't want. Well, it's a wish. A wish is a wish. Oh, the event shop. I almost didn't grab any of this. That would have been bad. Let's get the crown. Is that 600,000 Mora? How is that necessary? I don't need that. Like, no, when I say I don't need it, I literally don't. Alright, so I think I'm done for now.
Toodaloo.
For quests, I think I still have this to do. I could do this. We could just do it another time. Still got this stuff to do too. But yep, that's all for today, people.